Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in my lab where I do what I do for you. Sun is up now, so let's get busy. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receiving them. The numbers looking good. I appreciate you. Let's get busy. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission, that's what I'm on, is to get all right thinkers to do just that. Know thyself. If you right thinker, your goal should be to know thyself. That's why I do what I do for you to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's go with the lesson. And right thinkers, I ask the question, excuse me, do you know you? My goal is to get you to know thyself. So I ask you the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical. But if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes and thinks that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. Person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to Mayat, be true. I'm coming back to my lesson of meditation. Oh, we got some more. Trust me. I'm breaking it down for you, so I'll just give you little bits at a time. Okay. Hopefully digestible, something you can understand and actually use and be ready for the next lesson. That's why I do it. Let's go. Now, this one's titled The Witnessing Consciousness, aka Amun. And then I'm gonna take you over to He is the one watcher who neither slumbers nor sleep. That's the all conscious one. That's the hidden one. Little heads up. All right. So let's go with the witnessing consciousness. And this teachings of mindfulness was done in ancient Egypt. Just so you know. Okay. India gets the credit for a lot of, Eastern philosophical concepts. And that's fine. That's cool. We not taking away from them. They doing the same thing we do. So that's why we share in the knowledge. We ain't claiming to steal it. No, no, no. Sharing is good. If it's right, you share it. If it's good, you share it. Moving on. So this is the concept. In ancient Egypt, we had levels of awareness. And I just got to tell you about the meditation concept. When you reach the nihas, when you reach the awakening, when you reach the Buddha, knowing thyself, all those is levels of enlightenment. At the highest level, that's where you want to be. That's self-mastery. You be like me. No, that's self. That's all. In ancient Egypt, these levels of awareness was called, you ready? Amun. Why? Because that's the witness, or what they call him, the watcher. That eye never closes conceptually and metaphorically and symbolically and esoterically. All these are just information giving you just a look, and that tells you a whole lot. Understanding. Why is this? Now, the practice of daily meditation has received much publicity due to what? The resurgence of the interest in what? Eastern religions. Okay, which is fine. Perhaps the earliest recorded meditation practice in, and instruction came from what? The teachings of the destruction of mankind, which is inscribed in hieroglyphic text, where on the walls in the chamber of the tomb of who? King Seti the First. He was in charge of ancient Egypt, and he lived between 2000 and 1250 BCE. Been around a while, right? It describes what? The words of power, which we call Heka. It also breaks down visualization, and posture, and elements. All these are elements of what? Daily regular meditation and the procedure for practicing the meditation. We give you everything you need. All you got to do is do it. So claiming ignorance, and right now I tell anybody, if you are ignorant of information, that's your part. Why? Because Google got everything you need. All you gotta do is Google it. You ain't gotta ask nobody. You ain't got to argue with them. Google it for yourself. And that way you don't argue with Siri or whoever it is, they give you the information. But if I gave it to you, you gonna argue with me, so I ain't got time for that. Google it. Moving on. I only teach those who want to be taught. I don't have time to argue, fuss, or fight. Moving on. The meditation text is presented in the book of what? The Egyptian Proverbs. Got them? Mystical wisdom teachings and meditation. I gotta dig into that. I've seen that. I didn't get it. So okay, that's another one I might put on my list of things to do this week when I go book shopping. But the main point is the understanding of what? The witnessing consciousness concept. And you reach that level of witnessing consciousness, you can achieve it. It's a high level of what? Expression in the ancient Egyptian hymns to who? Amun. I got to read that to you when I get a chance. Now, and in the teachings of ancient Egyptian Trinity of Amun Ra Ptah, sound familiar? We had a Trinity of God. He three phases. In the morning, he's Khepri. High noon, he's Ra. At the end, he's Tum. They all signify something different in different phases. The same thing with the Trinity of the essence of God. You got Amun. That means the hidden one. Okay? The hidden spirit that's in all things. I'm going to break it down for you. But then you're going to have Ra. Ra is the, you got the hidden, then you got the visible, the same. Ra represents the visibility of God. Let there be Ra. And then you have Ptah, pronounced T, but it's spelled Ptah, and T, the P is silent. But it meant that he uttered himself into existence. Words of power. That's the concept. That's the myth. That's what we go by, and that's what we follow. And if you get the esoteric and the symbolical meaning behind it, it makes a lot of sense. That's when you get knowledge. Okay, let's move on. And I'm gonna read a line below from the hymns of Amun, explaining the nature of what? The witnessing consciousness. Again, slide over here. It means the state is he, the one watcher, who neither slumbers nor sleeps. All seeing eye. And they had the Sphinx at one time that sat at Egypt. And before you entered the town, you gonna ask you a riddle, and if you didn't answer it correctly, he killed you. He came across Thought, and he put that crap on him. Thought answered the question, he killed himself. He didn't think nobody was smarter than him. And most people who feel that way, you're gonna end up running up on somebody like a bully who think they can beat everybody. Oh, it's gonna be somebody that's gonna knock you off your high horse. Trust me. So instead of being braggadocious and egoistic, become humble. Okay? That means you take the accolades and you be gracious. Or the and I used to be like that. Moving on. He was always like that. He never changed. That's why we ain't going there. Get back, get back. This ain't about you, dude. I got you. Don't worry. Now, let's talk about he, the one who watches and slumbers, neither slumbers nor sleep. Meaning his eyes is always open. He's always what? Conscious. I hope this is making sense here. I know you're getting it, my dude, but I hope everybody's just starting to understand the symbology behind this and the esoteric concepts I'm just dropping on you like 40 going off. All you got to do is pick them up. Let's go. The Trinity, we call the Nebercha. That's the Amen Ra Ptah concept of the ancient Egyptian in Egypt. It refers to what? The three states of consciousness. That's how they break it down. I love this. And that which what? Transcends them. The ultimate, the highest. Who is what? Amun, the self, the true self. God. He's hidden inside your consciousness. You have to get through all that to find him. And the hidden, what's this? Amun, the self, is what? The hidden essence of all things. The sun, Ra, we call it. The sun wasn't always there until he uttered those famous words. What? let there be. Okay, but the rod, the sun, is what he represents: the radiant and the dynamic outward appearance made what manifest in the light of cosmic consciousness. You don't have to see God. Why? The sun represents him. That's how you got to understand. You will never, he has no face. And it was said, now this makes no sense to me. When God presented himself in the Greek mythology, when they told the who have sex with Zeus, she said, have him manifest himself in his real form. She knew that he would be a blaze of light and she would burn up. And that's what happens. So we know Ra is God in essence, conceptually. Okay. Now, and he's the radiant dynamic aspect of your consciousness. But they got a story about that. The Greeks, they stole the story too. But watch this. But in this aspect, you got Ptah, which is represents what? The physical world, the physical body, us. Sorry. The solidification and the projection of what consciousness is Amun. And it's in the physical form, human form, what Amun is made what? Manifest in the flesh. Not your Jesus Christ God. Everybody who's in the flesh has spirit in them. And the triad also has a reference to what? The states of consciousness, where in the human being. Okay? The triad refers to the subject or seer, the object or that which is seen, and in interaction between the two. That makes three things. They're gonna break it down for you. I ain't gonna do that. I'm just gonna read it. I usually just go ahead, but I'm just gonna read this. In all human experiences, there is a subject, an object, the subject, Amun, object, Ra, interaction, Ptah. That's conception concept. Watch they break it down for you. You have an object, subject, object, and then you have the interaction between the subject and the object. Relationship occurring where? All the time. This is true in what? Your waking as well as your dream states. But the seer is Amun. That which is what? Seen is Ptah. And the interesting or interactive medium or sight is what? Represented by Ra in this instance. They all are what? In reality, what? They all are in reality what? Projections, or what we call emanations, where? Of the transcendental underlying consciousness, or we call it Nabercha, in the form of Amun, the watcher. And just as the subject, object, and the interaction consciousness of a dream is unreal, remember, when we wake up, whatever happened in that dream, it was all in the mind. They knew this a long time ago, but watch this. You got the subject, object, and interaction consciousness of what? The waking state is also unreal and illusory. Here we go. But even though the phenomenal world experienced in the waking state appears to be abiding and solid, au contraire, modern science has proven, again, I did read this earlier, but they keep telling you that that is not so. But you can't tell people the physical world ain't real. So I don't waste my time. Scientists prove that point. Moving on. These new findings of science, but we knew that a long time ago, confirm what? The ancient teachings. They confirm that the ancient teachings of ancient Egyptian yoga philosophy, what I teach, what I master, right thing philosophy, and the Vedanta and yoga philosophy of India, and you have the Buddhism of India, and you got the Tao of China, as well as other mystical philosophies from around the world. The study of the Trinity and the triad of human consciousness involves an extensive study of what? The human mind, and it is one of the most important subjects in the study of what? Egyptian yoga philosophy. Why? It's all mental. Thus, a series of in the back section of this volume breaks a few things down for you, but I ain't going there. I'm trying to find the hymn to Amun, but I'm gonna end this lesson and then I'm gonna take you to the meditative lifestyle. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? No, I don't want you. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where you at? Where you at? Okay, here we go. There you go. The following ancient Egyptian section come from the book of Coming Forth by Day in the Egyptian scripture. It reads, Nuke Pu Netta, I am the supreme divinity. This is before the Bible, so understand that. Now, this is our ancient Egyptian concept from the book of Coming Forth by Day. Next one is Nuke Pu Ast. Now they call Aset, A-S-T. Okay, so it didn't take the vowels out, and it says, now you can tell. This is where I know the little stuff, because it says here, I am Isis. In the Egyptian form, it says, I am As. As is not Isis. Aset. I'm just saying, get back to lessons, stop critiquing. I can't help it. But when I see stuff, I try to bring it to light. That's just another one. Okay, let's go now. Next one. Nuke, Netter, Kepra. I am the great God who is what? Self-created. The morning sunrise is represented by Kepri, represent self-created. Okay? Ba-a-pet set ta. Soul is of heaven, body belongs to the earth. God gives man the spirit, which is his soul. He wants it back. It's on loan. The body, once it wears out, you can put it in the ground, it's going to go back to what it does. But he wants the spirit back. If not, go find another body until you get it right. Don't come home until you get yourself together. Conceptually, watch this. Nuke, ab, ka, uab, ka, ke, uab, ba, ka, uab, sekem. Wow, it's a mouthful. And it says, my mind has pure thoughts. I like that. So my soul and life forces are what? Pure. P-Funk. My thoughts are pure. My intentions are pure. My actions are pure. Bam, I'm right on point. Let's go. Didn't even know it. See? Moving on. A blind squirrel could run into a nut every now and then, by luck and by chance. But Nuke asked, U Nihu Irata Neftata Teta. It says, behold, I am the heir of eternity. Everlastingness has been given to me. That's the son of a son. That's us, human beings in the flesh. When we go back to who we are, that's what we are. That's who we are. Let's go. Sekim, I am Mu Ma Au Set. That is, I have gained power in the water as I what? Conquered who? Set. Representing greed, lust, and ignorance. And he said in the waters, when they would transform Set and Haru, when they was fighting, they would transform to hippopotamuses, and they would be in the water for months at a time, 3 months at a time, trying to do battle. So that's another part. And as we hear the water, he conquered Set while he's in the water. He harpooned him. Well, his mother, first time she harpooned him, he said, "Ah, Mom, that's me." So they doubled up on Set. All right, good stories, but they all have symbolic and meaning that you can get the concept from. That's all. The learning lessons, teaching lessons. And this one is Rex. I am Ab. Second, I am Hati. I know my heart. I have gained power and control over my heart. Why you got to get control of the heart? Why? Because this had to connect with that. Trying to get you to understand it. Next one. Na, ua, neb, am, pet, am, ta. The power is within me to what? Open all doors where? In heaven and earth. Hello, Bible. They say the acronym, basic instruction before leaving earth. Yeah, the spirit had to be enlightened. The spirit had to know itself to what? To go back to heaven, which is come. The body ain't going nowhere. That's why I try to explain to you, Christian followers of religion faith, you can't tell me Jesus went to heaven and sat at the right hand of the Father. I'm not going for that. Sorry, Just can't let that no. No, we ain't doing that. So understand that. Why? Only spirit beings is up there, not physical. I'm listening. Oh, but wait. Spare me. You had over 2,000 years to correct it. You ain't thought about it. Now, Amu Su in Panetta, Saul K Su Amet in Panetta, Ah Tuanu, Ma Geta Pa Haru. Uh-oh. Oh no, Hara. Hara. Haru, excuse me. And it means give thyself to God. Right things? That's what we do what? Daily. Keep thyself daily to God. And guess what? Let tomorrow be as today. I love that phrase. That's my favorite right there. That's it. Okay. Moving on. Ha Om. The divine self. When you go into prayer, the first you pronounce spell O-M or A-U-M. Okay. You see the monks in Tibet, all of them go at the same time. The harmony just vibrates. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Why? Because the resonance and the vibration, it's no use of no vowel. Okay, where we at? Okay, Nabercha. You hear me mention that name? That's considered what? The all-encompassing existence, the absolute one. Everything comes from him. That's who he is. He and she is dual, but it's one. Moving on. Panetta, favorite again, all encompassing existence, the original one, the supreme being. Okay, we bring it into existence. Now let's talk about the real Holy Trinity. Amen Ra Pata. The Holy Trinity. I told you that. The unseen, the seen, and the manifested. Broke it down for you before. The seer, the object, or the seer, the seen, and the interaction. The object, subject, and the enactor. Understand that it's the force that needs three things to actually exist. That's why you got the triangle. Represents ethereal concept. But last one right here. Let me wrap it up. Om Asar Aset Haru. That's the prayer. That's the words of Hector that you mentioned, and that's the Holy Trinity of man. God got his, man has his. And Asar, Aset, Aharu represents that the father, the mother, and the offspring, which is usually the son. But we have some who have female offspring. This is why we got the Ankh. It represents the female womb, the male phallus, and the offspring could be male or female. Bingo. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. And in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100 and me 100 minus a day. So I never know the right thinkers like you passed away. I'll be back with the meditation in life lesson for you. I'll be back.